Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, my question to the Premier. Yesterday, 11,000 scientists worldwide, including scientists here in Ontario, signed on to a statement calling on governments to recognize that we are facing a climate emergency. Ontarians are already feeling the impact of that climate crisis, from people facing floods on the Great Lake to First Nations communities forced to evacuate because of wildfires. Ontario has to be a leader taking on this climate crisis. Will the Premier reverse course today? Will he join New Democrats, scientists, youth, and governments around the world and declare a climate emergency here in this province?
Premier.
Minister of Environment.
Refer to the Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks.
Thank you very much for that question opposite, Mr. Speaker. And we do take our work in fighting climate change and ensuring we have a healthy environment very seriously this side of the House. Last year, we proposed a draft environmental plan for the province of Ontario and started implementing some of those processes as we go forward. It's good to mention that we've put forth our emission performance standards to the federal government, which will target large emitters of greenhouse gases in this province. We're waiting whether or not the federal government will accept those results, but what that will do, make sure that the polluters at the highest level are lowering their emissions over time. We're going to be coming out with our new heavy truck emissions program, which will target the diesel trucks that are on our roadways to lower their emissions, Mr. Speaker. We've changed the mandate for renewable additives to gasoline. Ethanol will go up to 15% in our gasoline by 2025. And we've started our work towards renewing our recycling program in this province. We'll divert organic waste and plastics away from our landfills and ensure that we create the new circuit.
Thank you very much. The supplementary question.
Speaker, again to the Premier, I hope he considers this an important question. It's time to get real. It's time to listen to people. It's time to listen to the science. Time to get to work on a plan for actually addressing the climate crisis. And what was just listed off is not going to deal with what we're facing. We all know that. It's time to stop throwing public money at a failing court case. That is a waste. It's time to stop pretending that inaction or minor action is a solution. It's time to get work building a prosperous and low-carbon Ontario.
Hear, hear.
Will the Premier commit today to reversing course and coming up with a real plan to tackle the climate crisis?
Members, please take your seats. Question's been referred to the Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And we are taking our role in the environment very seriously. Ontario leads the way with reducing greenhouse gas emissions 22% below 2005 levels, and we continue on that process, Mr. Speaker. We've also done other things with our plan that are working towards a healthy and clean environment, Mr. Speaker. We've issued a $950 million green bond to capitalize on the province's ability to raise funds at lower interest rates to go towards public transit initiatives, extreme weather infrastructure, energy efficiency, and conservation projects, Mr. Speaker. We've waiting for the report from the Special Division on flooding. What is missing through the conversations over the years in this province, Mr. Speaker, is resilience and adaptation to climate change. We've incorporated that into our plan to fight climate change. Not only are we going to deal with the causes of climate change and the high emissions in this province, we're also going to work with municipalities and individuals to ensure that they're able to adapt and become more resilient to the changes in climate change, Mr. Speaker, because we're taking our job seriously with regards to the environment. We will build a healthy economy, and we'll balance that with a healthy environment, Mr. Speaker.